Hey there, folks. So I'm over here really quick, just waiting for one of our hosts to come back. But I thought we'd go on the air really quick right now. Let me show something. I'm showing this, and yeah, Ganja already talking shit about the Ringside Hangout. He's an asshole. Coco saying people part 3. But anyways, yeah, we're about to start. So just so you guys know, I mean, I know we're kind of waiting for a little bit too. Maybe I can just talk to you guys while we wait for that other host to come in. But until that time comes, I think we're just pretty much gonna wait. But yeah, that's all I really got to say at this point. Let's see here. I'm still looking. I think let me look at the YouTube chat as well, or the YouTube player. See if everything's running well. Gotta do these checks nowadays. And actually, it's working out amazingly. Yeah, we're actually live streaming. So with that said, folks, I'm actually going to go ahead and talk to my boys for one more second, wait for that other host to come in, and we will start. So yes, chat, I love you guys. Shark, you are the shit, sir. And Trey, the war is never over. Fuck Ringside Hangout boys. Until I'm once again a Ringside Hangout boy. Damn, about time we're on the motherfucking air. Jesus. God, Ganja. It's all your fault. It's all Ganja's fault.
I gotta stop hanging out with the computer. Every time I smoke it out, it either fucks up for instance, the intro, or it always fucks up the screen. You can't do it with me like me. You gotta learn. You gotta become more professional.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know what the fuck happened with my screen there with the whole maybe it's VLC, I don't know. But people, yes, it's a Midweek Chat Attack where we hang out at Ringside to talk about professional wrestling. Oh, what? It's not the Ringside Hangout. Damn
Bitch, you damn right.
I will leave it right now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Talk shit about the Ringside Hangout. You know what, though? Even though earlier before the show started and I was taking the side of like, hey, fuck Ringside Hangout boys, I just realized in the last like 10 seconds, because I'm bipolar, that fuck you guys. It's all about the Ringside Hangout. I'll change this fucking channel's name to the Ringside Hangout. This will be a wrestling channel from here on out, you sons of bitches.
Okay, we'll just continue doing the Facebook gaming show and kicking your ass.
Oh.
Well,
what are you laughing about, Ganja, you turncoat motherfucker?
He runs it!
Hey, I don't want to say anything, but I think we are kicking the Ringside Hangout's ass in views and interaction.
Okay, not necessarily in views, don't you know? Let's not get carried away here.
Yeah,
okay?
we're okay with the views, but the comments, man, that's what matters.
Okay, no, for one, yeah, that's what matters. Yes, and
we also got likes. You guys don't get likes.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, because
And
I'm the one who's always talking. No one likes me. That's not fair. You got an unfair advantage. But my boys Hovik and Trey, people do like them. So fuck you guys. And two, by the way, as well, is that wrestling sucks in general. So it's wrestling's fault that we're not doing as good as the video game show.
Nah, just make sure the page has more sex tapes. You'll get the views.
Yeah, that's when they get like 500 views because they want to see if they're gonna show it or not.
We will never show the page sex tapes. And yes, the reason why it's still a topic is because one will drop at any. You know, the page sex tapes is like a weird thing that's just always hovering. Like it can drop any day. You know what I mean? So that's really
awful. Didn't it, like when she came back, there was like 2 more that dropped.
Yeah.
Does she have a fucking season worth of this shit? Like,
basically.
No. She's like when Lil Wayne went to jail for like those 2 years, he made all those previous rap videos and fucking albums, so you don't forget about him. Just had them drop periodically. Yeah. She's thinking ahead. She's forward thinking, just like when she took that nut to the face.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Right.
And also,
hey,
Allie came at the worst time.
Swear to God, Allie cannot join a hangout with us.
You know what, Allie? She is the queen of fucking perfect timing. The queen. Everyone shows.
What's the opposite of queen? Because she has the
Duchess?
best or the worst timing.
She's
Duchess?
a victim. I don't know, but
Allie cannot join our hangouts without us talking about our dicks or some other bullshit.
Yeah.
The madame.
Let's not put all of us out there like that right now, Alan. You son
Fuck
of a bitch.
you! You're the main one. Don't.
Wait, I'm the main one.
Yeah, you're the Wayne one with your dick out all chin and all weird. Anyways, hi, Allie.
Oh, damn. I think your volume's low. I don't know what happened.
Oh, no, she just stopped talking.
I think she's just like, oh, God, why do I do this?
Oh, God, yeah. Why?
Oh, man. I think we need to make some new rules. I got them. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
I got new rules.
I would need to listen to other shit just to forget about that fucking song.
You want them new rules, Alan?
Hey, I got a song that'll make you forget. I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
I hate
Hey, I crashed my car into the bridge.
Oh, I helped.
don't care. I
Catch
love
your
it.
fucking bricks.
Wait, dude, do they actually say that in the song?
Yeah, like
Who's
it's basically the white girl's anthem.
It's Lady Bird if Lady Bird was a fucking song.
No, it's for the white girl. This is Danielle's shit. Like I'm pretty sure if Danielle heard this song in her early 20s, this would have been her anthem.
Oh, man. Well, the thing is, though, I'm looking up here in the chat, and the shark, man, pointing in that respect, he's saying the queen is here. She'll show us me.
Hey, don't talk
Show
about
for
Ganji
me.
like that.
the way.
Ganji's not gay.
Ganji's like, hey, no, I think
Hey,
Ganji.
What if I'm just a Queen fan, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, if you're a Queen fan, you are kind of, I don't know.
Hey, I am a fan.
Hey,
of
no.
Mercury.
Nah,
All
man.
right, Queen makes some great songs. Okay.
I'm just saying, you guys come in many flavors, because I'm just saying, like, you're like a bowl of tricks at this point with those fucking fruits. Like, I'm just saying. But, hey, not like anything's wrong with it. Because Queen's great. For people who have bad taste in music. Anyways, so...
Come from the guy that gives us more corn than fucking a corn company.
Okay, listen, for one...
I know Green
corn's
Giant, I
good for
know.
you. Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
And
more corn than Thanksgiving.
Damn.
Exactly.
Damn.
That was pretty good little thing you did there, too. And it comes with ice cubes. No, anyways.
What?
Only if you get a nice popping hot of iced tea.
By the way, Korn did some songs with Ice Cube. That's why I brought that up, Al.
What about iced
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Did they have Ice Cube branded corn?
No,
Corn branded Ice Cube?
that'd be awful. That would really... How the fuck do you even do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like some epic mealtime shit or whatever the fuck. I don't know. You ever watch those? Epic mealtime?
Yeah, once or twice, but then I realized let's just have a bunch of people put as much meat into a food as possible and eat it. I'm like, I'm good.
You know, the shit's disgusting. It literally gives food a bad fucking name, dude. Like, I mean, even
Where's
recently...
that man versus food?
Yeah.
That's a different show.
No, but like even this over here, like, I mean, this is actually the normal part, believe it or not. But they start doing...
Yeah, when they make the food, yeah.
Yeah, when they make the food, but when they eat it, this shit gets fucking disgusting. Anyways, I know we're getting off topic, but yeah, big meal time. Watch that shit when
I
we
just
disgusted.
put processed cheese on his arm. Oh,
No,
God.
Coming from the guy who wants to eat 50 slices of that shit.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna rub it on my body first.
Oh, please don't.
Why does this guy look like Julian? Actually, they all look like Julian.
It's just because it's a guy with a beard. We were talking about that in Far Cry, man. We're playing the fucking opening of Far Cry. I'm like, yo, that's straight Julian, man.
Man, I fucking hate you because now every time I see that character, I'm thinking, man, Julian overacting right now.
It straight looks like Julian. It's not even funny.
I really hope that you guys get further in that game very soon, because I really want to see you guys do a review about it or something. I really want the game.
yeah.
Oh, I'm much further than Ganja is, but
Yeah,
Ganja.
I would love to give you a good review if the AI could help me out. If, you know, the fucking game didn't give me crashing missions and I had to restart all the way back to the start of the fucking game. Yeah, Nick, I would love to tell you about how that game goes.
By the way, Ali, are you going to get Far Cry 5 at any point?
Don't
Are
do
you
it.
interested in it?
No, he's not done.
No? Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. Ali, I don't think you like any game that's out, like, or has been out in the last 2 years.
Man, yeah, especially Far Cry, like, okay, I like the story in Far Cry 3, like, it was really interesting, but, like, I actually bought Far Cry 4, and, yeah, I couldn't do it. Like,
Yeah,
it just,
that one's not a good
it stressed
one.
me out. Like, the first, like, 15 minutes was great, and then it just became so, repetitive. That, yeah, so, like, with that, and I wasn't really, like, after the 15 minutes, I wasn't really interested in the story, because I wanted to see more of the, Pagan Lynn, was that the villain's name?
Yeah.
And, of course, you didn't see him for, like, most of the game after that,
Yeah,
so I was like, well,
There's
this
a
took
weird
away-
story behind why he's not in the game at all.
Why is that?
Apparently, the person they wanted to voice act him had such a busy schedule that they couldn't get him in the booth long enough to actually do anything with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh god, I forgot his name, but he's like one of the most popular voice actors next to Nolan North.
Nolan North, he's up there with him.
Oh
Trey
god,
Parker?
man, why
No,
am I?
Trey Parker.
Troy Baker, right?
Troy Baker, there we go. Close
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. He's like in everything, but yeah, he probably had like a crazy schedule, so that's why they
Yeah.
probably didn't have him in the game a lot. But he was like the most interesting character in that game, and then so him just taking him out most of the game, I was just like, well, all you're leaving me here is with some freaking repetitive ass like
AI
freaking missions.
Yeah.
Like AI too. Like it just was not interesting. And then I didn't like the people I was actually like doing all these missions for. So I was like, why am I doing this for these people? Huh? Like,
well,
shoot.
It felt like there were all reasons to give you shit to do. It didn't seem like there was actually a character that was helping out or having some kind of control over or changing their lives in any way or characters in any way.
Yeah. They're just saying, like, go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that. Go through this weird, like, tribal thing that, like, you just freak out and start hallucinating. Like, what?
Yeah, and then another thing, too, is I really hate when characters, like, the character that you're playing is always so subservient to whatever the other character telling them to do shit is. Like, I hate when someone's like, hey, do this crazy, like, suicide mission, and then it's like, okay, I'll just go do that. It's like, what do you get out of it in the storyline? Like,
well, that's the thing. That's why, like, I really don't like. There's all the reasons why I don't like Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4. Fuck, I love Far Cry 3. Yeah. The problem with 4 is it's way too easy. The main character has zero motivation to do anything, to the extent where the main villain points it out constantly. He literally goes, "Why the fuck are you even here? You have no reason to even be here." And as a result, you feel that from the most of the game of like, I'm literally just here to bury my mother's ashes. I'm not here to deal with your bullshit civil war. And he just kind of sticks around because he has nothing better to do with his life.
Yeah.
And like, that's his motivation. He has nothing better to do.
I got kicked out of uni. I don't want to go back because my dad would be pissed and he'll cut me off. So I'm just gonna stay here. I
don't want to pay my rent anymore. I'd rather murder the indigenous civilization here. But the thing is one of the problems I have, like, I'm enjoying Far Cry 5 for the most part. This issue has been happening since Far Cry 3 of their villains, they're just making them crazy, but they're not doing what Far Cry 3 did. Far Cry 3 didn't just have Voss being crazy. They had Voss being like there throughout most of the game. The first half of the game, he's always showing up for one reason, trying to capture you, just fucking with you, just to fuck with you. And he's always there. He's always a presence. Far Cry,
there's an authenticity to his craziness. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct. But Far Cry 4, Primal, and 5 had the same problem of the villains are barely there. Like, because I'm dealing with Julian right now. I'm just gonna call him Julian because I don't give a shit his actual name. I'm dealing with Julian right now, and Julian's character never really shows up at a lot. He shows up every now and then. I've already dealt with him, but he doesn't show up a lot. And I'm like, I'm not afraid of you. I really don't care about you because I've seen you maybe 3 times.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, I really want to play the game still because of the gameplay. I know Ganja's like, AI fucking trash.
That shit is repetitive as fuck, dude.
That's okay, but the thing is, Ganja says this a lot. Like, I notice this when he says this about first-person shooters because we're having this discussion of I like Wolfenstein 2 more than he does, and he's the one that's talking the most good about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I see where Ganja's coming from because some of these games can be repetitive, but obviously it's not going to be a big Far Cry 5 show. It's just, honestly, this being one of the most trendiest things, and no, I did not tag it to talk about Far Cry 5, but it's one of those things where it's like, I legitimately am interested in what people are saying because this has a lot of hype surrounding it, and I think for me personally, it takes about a good 2 weeks before people actually realize it is shit, and they're not letting this whole like hype get in their fucking head and make them think something's bad is actually good. So hopefully, in a week from now, people are still raving about it and saying, oh, it's so fucking awesome, and hopefully at some point too when Ganja is actually able to get a little bit further because he's not just trash at video games, you all know this.
Man, fuck you, this game,
man,
a game breaking glitch. Halfway through the fucking story I had to restart.
Yeah, I remember we were doing this compound and Ganja's like, yo, we gotta do this stealthy, man. I don't want to get shot. I'm like, stealthy? I just run in grenades everywhere shooting.
Oh, that's a problem then. You guys shit partner, Ganja. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? I'm the one that's dealing with all the problems. Ganja's the one hiding in a bush.
I'm dealing with the game itself.
No, you can do either one. You don't have to be stealthy or Rambo.
No, I'm talking about I'm dealing with the game as my enemy, fucking glitching ass motherfucker.
Oh, another thing too, you're playing on PC. That's another big thing. People love to talk about how PC gaming is a shit, but look at Batman Arkham fucking Knight. Look at lots of other games that happen with PC.
You know the preach the choir, motherfucker. I've been saying that shit for years.
Yeah, Ark's probably evolved. Ark is still fucked up on PC. Like, I'm just saying, dude.
No, that shit runs perfect now. What are you talking about?
That shit's poo-poo.
One day they'll get actual animations for their dinosaurs. One day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and wait until Monster Hunter World comes out on PC when you're trying to like, oh, I'm gonna play with my friends, and that shit's not gonna work for him, especially because the game's fucking hard too.
I'm looking at Battlefront 1 right now, like, one day I'll play you with multiplayer. One day I'll be able to enjoy multiplayer combat, capturing maps. One day.
Yeah, and hopefully you don't go through the same thing I did where I'm trying to play with my fucking friends and they all leave me in the goddamn game. Where
oh my god. You know what? As we discussed this, you can blame Ganja for this shit.
Why is that?
Because he won't play on a private fucking server and wants to consistently play on a server filled with douchebags just so we can play authentically.
Just because you want to play everything on easy mode, Alan. Don't give me
easy
shit.
mode? No, I actually want to, build a place and not have it get blown up by a bunch of fucking
Play
guys
Minecraft.
in underwears.
Okay, for one,
I do play
is
Minecraft.
delicious.
It's fucking awesome.
It's delicious. I accidentally was called a video game delicious. What the fuck?
Apparently, Ganja just enjoys building up a place for 5 minutes, getting blown up by a bunch of idiots with rocket launchers on fucking griffins, and apparently that's fun to him.
Get good, bitch.
This game is.
You're not good. You keep getting your ass kicked by them too. What's your fucking
Me and 90s try. We don't give up like you.
We've done this like 3 times. 90s doesn't want to play this shit.
Keep going.
Because of that.
Let's keep going, bitch. One more time.
No, I'm done. After the 3rd fucking time, I'm done.
When they knock me down, I make sure they stay down. Wait, I fucked that all up.
Oh
Yeah, what are you talking about right now?
When they knock you down, you mean to keep them down? Okay, that doesn't make no sense.
And
You're on
what?
your ass, bro. Like,
The Ganja doesn't have to do with shit. I'm the one building everything. That's what he forgets. I get the resources. I build the fucking infrastructure. I'm the one doing everything. So when it blows up, it's like
You act like me and 90s aren't keeping you fed.
90s is going around doing whatever the fuck 90s does, and then you guys go and just find metals and materials to build the weapons and build all of the tools and shit. But I'm the one building the infrastructure, and guess what? When that gets blown up, it's like basically blowing me up. Wow, that was bad. Anyway, it's a piece of me that crumbles.
By the way, Allie, is this what actually happens when you play with them too? Because I never got to see you actually play with
Ooh.
them.
For which game was it?
For Ark. For
Ark? Oh man, it was so much fun. Y'all
Yeah,
get
she only
into
played
it
5
when you
minutes.
play. Yeah, but it was still really fun. I don't mind playing again with you guys. But yeah, it was just fun because like guys was like, no, Allie, you need to go here. You need to go there. And I was like, hey, Allie, just watch me. Watch me. Do what I do. Come on, you can do this. I'll walk you through it. It was so
Allie
fun.
was laughing at us earlier. Let's just listen to us play Far Cry together.
Yeah, man. You just heard like, no, you're gonna kill us killed. What are you doing?
Ganja doesn't know how to fucking drive.
Hey, I can drive a helicopter though.
Surprisingly, I'm surprised he didn't crash that shit.
Oh, I remember,
Damn right.
speaking of driving, you driving a fucking Griffin and dropping me in a goddamn, like, danger zone in our base. We won't get into the big old thing. I'm just saying, playing with these motherfuckers is very difficult because...
Look, we had the armor, we had guns, we were going to go try to defeat a main boss in Ark. It was going to be our first attempt, but for some reason, nobody bothered to look up if you could bring pterodactyls in there or not, and apparently you can after some point, they just kick you off.
But you know what, though, people? If you guys want to know or actually talk more about this type of shit, too, give us your PSN or Steam handles or whatever. And the Amino chat, we don't push this enough. And I know that, I mean, we should probably be showing the actual live chat on the side of our screen or whatever, like how we do the DT chat room and everything, too. But through here, you guys can come on here, and I mean, our boy right now, Jordan, just signed on, and yeah, if you guys want to play with somebody in there, go ahead and make a little post. I think everybody's allowed to do that, and just say, hey guys, add me. I have this game, I have that game, etc. We can all get together. I mean, I don't know if Ganja and Alan be opposed to playing with some of the toasties. I mean,
not at all, especially
it
with games
depends on
that
what
we're
the game
into.
is.
yeah, no, exactly. So I mean, we'll see what happens with that. I know we all talked over each other, but you know what? That's because we haven't read the rules yet. You know what I mean? We gotta read them rules, but the thing is, Ganja's got to stall because I didn't pull this up. So
Oh, you sad motherfucker. Because I didn't have nothing to come up and say. I was like looking at the rules like, yeah, it's my time to shine. Hopefully I don't threaten to pull my dick out again.
Oh man, no, I'm sorry about that. I am sorry about that. But you know what, Ganja Guru? It is that time, sir. I did pull up the rules finally because I actually did my job right, even slightly. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. But you know one thing I'm loving, guys, is those newcomers, those fresh smelling faces, those people I haven't seen for a while, those people popping up for the first time. So make sure to hit me, Alley Girl, Alan, and of course Mr. Diaz up in the chat room on Double Toasted or on our personal Facebooks to get you guys into the show. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other.
And cop dropping
Our
delicious
sound effects. We are not. I was going to say Marxist, but that's completely the wrong. Maxis. There you go. We're not Maxis Studios, y'all. We are not canceled, and EA did not disturb us. So please do not talk over each other. Rule number 3, please no nudity. I fucked up last week and threatened to pull my dick out. Not doing it again this week. So, guys, keep it inside your pants, shirts, whatever kind of set of clothes you got. I don't care. Rule number 4, do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show, because on certain topics, conversations, or sometimes just to fuck around. So, you hand out the link, you're gone, so it's a dumbass that clicked it. Rule number 5, read the rules and Alley Girl.
Don't be a dick.
Oh, her mom is not home. That means she ain't gonna party because she doesn't not drink.
Upstairs.
That's it. Look at that.
She is in another room. She cannot hear.
She's got new rules. She's got them.
I'm surprised you didn't. How did you not intro the rules with that?
I don't know, man. We got new
I was
rules.
waiting for you to do
that. I know. The thing is, you were expecting that, and that's why I.
Oh fuck! You don't even remember. Don't act like you're slick. You just didn't
And an
remember.
inside joke. Everyone's like, "What is going on.
Oh, speaking of inside jokes, I like how he's doing like these kindergarten songs, and like maybe like 20 minutes ago, I sang the Hokey Pokey to fucking Alan before we started the show.
And by the way,
wrongly, by the way.
the males are not going to understand what the fuck we're talking about when you say we got new rules, we got them. But any female out there that actually goes to Sephora or any of those fucking stores in the mall, that song plays in the loop. And I don't give a
Trendy
fuck.
Places, Forever 21, H&M.
Yeah,
you know.
7 for All, Mick Foley. You know.
No. We don't play that stuff. Okay, don't lump us together.
Yeah. Only some people are going to get that reference. Oh, I love wrestling. Anyways, so with that said, it's time
You
to
weren't
get
saying that on the 25 anniversary
doesn't
show.
matter. That's old shit, Craig. You're bullshit.
I like how you tried to just slide with that. I was like, nah, bitch, you've been talking shit the last couple months. Get back.
That shit going around the cheek too. Just cook him. Oh my god. But no, we're gonna be moving on to trailers, even more goddamn trailers. There's been a shit ton of trailers going on about a bunch of movies that no one gives a flying fuck about. And shows and whatnot. Well, okay, so I guess judging by that reaction, maybe someone actually cares more so than I think. Which one of the trailers, by the way, that you care about, Ganja?
Man, fuck that reboot trailer. That pile of fucking garbage looking like Kolyoko reboot shit. Trey and us were talking about that earlier. Why the fuck they gotta be fucking with old school shit? I don't know why. Apparently it's to get us to watch it and just do reviews on it, because I don't think it can justify an actual audience to sit through this shit and try to enjoy being like, oh man, my nostalgia, when that's nothing to do with the original series that you remember watching.
Oh yeah. No, I completely agree.
It's even worse than that because the original didn't end properly. It's not like Beast Wars where it, for the most part, got a legitimate ending to a certain degree. It ends on a cliffhanger. The original series ends on a fucking cliffhanger. So the fact that they're not even bothering pisses me off more than anything in that fucking trailer.
No, yeah. The idea of that this is even happening, because no one's really asking for this. No one has ever really talked about fucking... And I know I don't like to do that with this show. I don't like to actually just say something as a blanket of a statement, as closed-minded as a statement of no one cares, because somebody somewhere cares. The shit costs money. Somebody invested into this fucking idea. So obviously somebody cares. But as far as mainstream talk goes, and we hear a lot, especially with the Double Tosa community and things like that,
right.
Many people always are nostalgic over shit that's been dead for a long time. And I mean, me personally, I haven't heard anybody talk about reboot. How about you guys? Like, I mean, have you heard anyone discuss it?
Honestly, like, I get what you mean. Like, it's pretty niche, but it's like it's one of those things where it's niche, but it's so popular within that niche. Because I'm one of those people. I love the fuck out of Reboot. I watched it when I was a kid, and I enjoyed it. But I kind of accepted that it was dead, because apparently the one of the villains, the voice actor, just passed away. So that's why they could never finish the series, and there's just problems with it. And I just kind of accepted that it was over. But Reboot, it's way too good for what the demographic was going for. It was going for children, but the amount of intelligence it had with how it was doing its world was incredible. There are characters that would straight die. There are characters. One of the characters, as a kid, gets locked into the video game thing there and lost for like 20 years. Yeah, and it's like this is supposed to be a kids show. And seeing this to me reminds me of like, it's like the Power Rangers reboot. Or Independence Day or any of that shit where it's like, let's get a bunch of, teenagers. How are they teenagers? They're always on their phones and doing all sorts of phone stuff. Let's get a jock in there. Let's get a woman that's vapid. Let's get all of these kids stuff. And it's like, this huge, interesting world that we're just going to have all these bouncing off these kids. It's honestly just a paint by numbers bullshit remake.
Yeah, and the one thing that I got to say bothers the shit out of me, man, is I know it's going to be a lame, probably fucking complaint that I have, and people are going to be like, oh, come on, man, it's not a big deal. But I just gotta say, the idea of Reboot the Guardian Code, and by the way, I don't even know what the fuck that means, the Guardian Code?
It's either a reference to, in the original show, there are these people that are called Guardians, and their entire thing was to watch every world, because there were multiple worlds that people could travel to, and everyone had their own version of a Guardian, which was supposed to protect the people, but then there's also something called the Guardian Code, is what they live by.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Like their function, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, that's just ridiculous. But the thing is like, aside from that, it's so uninteresting that I can't even focus on the trailer. The only thing I'm focusing on is how disgusting that fucking keyboard is. And I actually fucking took a picture of this shit, dude. And I'm trying to find it right now. Yeah, this fucking keyboard. There it is. Dude, for one, I know it's small. I know it's a very, very small detail.
That's an old-ass keyboard, dude.
On top of being an old-ass keyboard, that shit's greasy as fuck. It's like the dude just scraped off a bunch of swamp nut and just fucking went straight to typing before he washing his fucking hands. It's disgusting. I cannot stand this shit.
Weird fucking yo, man. This trailer. I don't know about the trailer. I didn't watch it, but that keyboard, man. The keyboard's disgusting.
Dude,
Fuck
that
this
keyboard is fucking disgusting, dude. I cannot. That drives me up the fucking wall. And honestly, like, aside from this, the other, and I forgot to take stills of it, but like the Power Ranger shit. I know you just brought it up earlier. But they have a scene where all 4 people are standing right next to each other, going into some kind of like fucking Transformers suit thing, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, what
like
the
Iron
fuck
Man.
is the suit?
It looks worse than Power Rangers. It looks way worse than the fucking Power Rangers.
It's a television show, so it makes sense that's going to be kind of shitty. But that's my thing.
Do that. Don't do something better. Don't. You know what I mean? Like, it looks exactly like it, but just worse. It's like, okay, so now, I mean, honestly, I'd be scared to even do something like that because I'd be afraid of Power Rangers kind of like suing me or something for doing that shit.
Yeah, that's a fear. That's a real fear. The guy who owns the rights to it is notorious for suing anybody. I can't remember what game this was, but they had this game that was coming out, and they're having suits that were similar to the Power Rangers, and they're supposed to be super cool. But the thing is the guy was like, "Yo, that's too close to my fucking thing. I'm gonna sue you unless you change it." Like, the guy who runs it is notorious for being a little bitch.
Was he not in the situation where he was like, "Okay, you know what? Give me a bunch of money, then I'll be okay"? Was it like
no,
that?
No,
or was
he's
it
more of the guy. Fuck you, don't touch my product.
Okay, then I actually respect that.
Asshole.
Because most people would say, no, you gotta pay me, and then blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, this is for fucking money. It's not because you feel disrespected legitimately or creatively or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, nah, he just wanted money.
No, he
but
honestly,
guy,
when you look into it, he's a little bitch.
Okay, well, I mean, you think he's a bitch. I don't know. For me, I was like, you know what, I understand. But it doesn't matter either way. But I will say, like, Ganja, you showed extreme hatred. Alan, you seem to be just fucking, I don't know, like, indifferent.
Off the rails.
But Allie,
off the rails.
But Allie, I remember us discussing animation before, and I could have sworn you said something about you watched Reboot a couple of times, but I mean, maybe I could be wrong. Have you seen Reboot?
Reboot?
Yeah, the old shit back in the day.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, now have you seen at least some kind of like intro to it or some kind of preview trailer or something like that?
Nope.
Nope. Damn. Well, shit. Because
people kept hating on it for the animation, and fuck them.
No, see, that's the thing, because that animation, that's actually a Canadian style. Like, Beast Wars did this, Diddy Kong show did this.
Yeah.
Wait, you seem to be hating that aspect of the animation.
No, that's not the animation. I remember a certain co-host of ours named Anthony Wilson
that
Jr.
fucker, man.
That's exactly that fucker who was going to be named right now. That's that fucker. Talks shit about Reboot all the goddamn time.
Like, well, the show can be good, but the animation is so trash.
Was it Rubik's or some shit like that, Alan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up Rubik's. Apparently, Rubik's is great animation, high quality content information to go to an old callback of ours. Way better than Reboot when it's just a shitty ass cube characters in the most basic 3D anime look I've ever fucking seen.
I'm trying to find it because
right
it's spelled weird.
Just put Rubik's Show and you'll get it.
Rubix, I think.
Yeah, and then put Rubik's Show and you'll get it. It's literally a Rubik's Cube with a fucking Smurf on it.
Good look. Oh, God. Yeah, and Corey Coleman from Double Toast talked about this. Why is this passable? How is this passable at all?
That's the thing. This, like, when this was in the, like, if you look at the end,
this is it. This is the 3D animated version he was talking about.
Oh, there's a 3D animated version of this?
Yeah, there's a 3D animated version. That's the Rubik's Cube.
Wait, I'm thinking of Rubik.
Yeah, that shit.
Oh, God, how do you spell his fucking name?
The one that was for, it was like a Canadian television show, and it was like trying to be that Digimon X bullshit where you get your own little Rubik's Cube and you sell them together, and they fight the other robots and shit.
Yeah. Man. Fuck.
And I didn't know about Cubics. Is that what it was called? Cubics?
Cubics. Yeah, robots for everyone. Someone just wrote that in the.
Who was that in the chat room? Who was in the chat room?
That's Shark, I think.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, it was Shark, and here it is over here.
Oh God!
This bullshit. He says this is better than Reboot. When Reboot had adult storytelling, actual character development. The real reason that those characters look green and shit and so robotic is supposed to be based off of 90s cartoon, not 90s cartoon, but 90s computer software, which we all know 90s computer software wasn't shit. But this is trying to be real world shit.
By the way, why is this kid? Why is the bad guy from fucking Toy Story in this? Like,
yo, you're not even wrong.
Yeah, look at his face.
I was wondering why he looks so familiar.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's an animation thing. It's like,
and I'll let you know right now, the only reason that motherfucker gave this pass is because they all look like anime characters.
Yeah, this is really rough. Okay, here's the thing. I will say I gotta take it back a little bit with the being mad about it thing. I don't think it looks better than Reboot or Beast Wars, but this looks okay.
I fucking hate you.
I'm sorry,
but-
it kind of looks okay.
Like, looking okay, like, is one thing, but saying that, yo, man, reboot some trash, but this is ours. Like, no. Reboot, the way it looked was all, for the most part, it was budget and it was intentional. But what made it work wasn't just, oh, look at these visuals. It was the balls that they had to go through. Like, at one point, like,
cubes they had.
no, the balls that the reboot had to go through. Like, one of the characters, Enzo, loses because what it is they're always getting attacked by these. They call them GameCubes, which is funny because Nintendo didn't invent the GameCube for another fucking like 15 years. But they would come in, they'd be these purple things, and once you go inside of it, it was the Guardian's job to play the game to win, and if you lost, your entire system was destroyed, and that was a constant threat every episode. And then at one point, I can't remember why, but Enzo was like, "No, I'm gonna do it." Runs in. And it's almost like a Mortal Kombat kind of homage, and he gets his eye slashed. He loses hard, and as a result, gets captured by it and gets sent into the net. And he spends the next 20 years almost like a war veteran trying to get back home. And it's like an entire season of him trying to get back home while going to different worlds, and it is so adult and it's incredible.
At one point, they do an Evil Dead parody where he actually becomes Ash and has to fight through the video game scenario.
I mean, that sounds like fucking Ready Player One at a certain point. Like,
it was a Ready Player One before Ready Player One has, because it was based around like these are all the guys that protect your computer system. So when you put a game in there, it was back in the day they didn't have such good ways to actually protect your computer from that. So you would sometimes get affected from a video game, and that was done like a way to show off like, hey, your computer's always out there looking out for you. It's like if they did like Osmosis Jones for computer.
Yeah, and it's my favorite thing is the villains were viruses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they were hexadecimal was one of them too.
No, it's like the Emoji Movie, and then that's basically what the villains are.
Okay, take the Emoji Movie and actually have people that understand actual computers, because they just did it as references, and that's what Ready Player One does. Ready Player One just references. This is actually they took the embodiment of the characters and actually made them in-universe characters. Because one of the villains is hexadecimal, and her entire thing is she can mutate and shapeshift, and she has different faces. And again, it fits with kind of the hexadecimal code. Then he had Megabyte, which he was his entire thing was he became a Trojan virus, which means he could become other programs and convert other programs to viral programs. Wow. So they were able to get these computer terms and actually make them characters.
Like compared to this was like the next best thing to Street Sharks.
Man, no. Don't sully this show with Street Sharks.
I like Street Sharks. I like Street Sharks.
That was the goddamn like rejected Ninja Turtles villains, man.
Yeah, Street Sharks is the reason that I watched Sailor Moon when I was younger. The only reason I did that is because my mom had got me Street Sharks, the VHS copy, and I don't remember if you guys remember in the old VHS, you couldn't escape ads. So in the beginning, they would show you all these kids shows or TV networks that were coming out from whatever network was providing the copy. Yeah. So one of the ones was the Sailor Moon intro, and it had like some of the most highlights from the scene. And I swear to God, it made it look like Star Wars, and it made it awesome because it had this yellow scroll for no reason, and then the theme starts up, and it's just these badass Asian chicks just fighting off evil people. And I was like, man, I gotta watch this show.
Yeah, man. I remember those back in the
And then I watched the show, and I was like, oh my God, this is Dawson Creek from my generation.
Yeah. But I guess just to bring it back to this reboot shit, it's like it kind of proves my point of live action remakes or live action reboots of animation are honestly generally all trash.
But they're doing both, luckily. I mean,
yeah, they are doing a mix of both, but this reminds me of a Zix Level 9 or some shit like that. Do you guys remember that?
I do not. That is some nerdy shit. But I mean, like, what was it? Like,
basically what it was it was this weird dimension that was all digital and video game based.
I thought you said Alpha 99. I thought you were talking about the new video. So when he showed this, I was like, what the fuck is he showing? That's the wrong thing.
Anyway. What the show was basically these kind of weird aliens had this like video game access. Just move on.
I'm sorry.
Why do you know why he's laughing so hard?
Because I'm thinking of the song too, like blue, I'm blue, da ba dee, da, like that.
And you were like, yeah, it has to involve aliens. So I'm like, am I right? Still,
I know, like, is he coming into the video like,
but it has the same level of animation.
Like that. No, but
you're not right, but it has the same level of animation.
Well, you know what, though, I cannot wait for this new show, Reboot, da ba dee, da ba da.
I'm not gonna watch this. You can't make me watch this.
Oh, no. Me and you gotta watch one episode.
If you can get Trey in the room, then I'll think about it.
Hey, Trey, baby, I know you're in the chat right now. Don't pretend like you're not. Can you please watch this with us?
Think about it.
This is actually Trey right now. No! Man, by the way, too, okay, maybe this is just a little bit of prejudice on my end, but I hate, like, YA movies, and then when I see these shows where it's, like, just a young person, I'm just like, yeah, fuck this. Like, I'm sorry. And I actually had the same idea with Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, and I was like, man, I hate that he looks like this young kid. He's going to be kind of like this douche over here. I can tell this guy's a fucking prick. I can tell. And he's going to be a whiny guy who's like,
he's the jock.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's probably the main dude, actually. Like, I would imagine him being the guy who's like, man, no girl wants to fuck me, but, like, actually, they all do. Yeah. Like, yeah, it reminds me of Amazing Spider-Man, where the guy's, like, so good looking, yet he's the underdog for some fucking reason. Because
there are a lot of problems in that movie, and that is one of them, yes. But, yeah I get what you mean, because it's like, again, it feels like a paint by numbers, where it's like, you know, get a bunch of, you know, random kids that are all have different personalities. It's one of those things where every single show is trying to do the Magic School Bus thing of, let's get a different a person that just represents something. They're not a character. They're a representation of something. So you have the young girl, the blonde has a phone that's supposed to represent. All girls are on their phones, and all they care about is their you know, their face and their makeup and all that shit. Then you're gonna have the main character jock. You're probably gonna have some, you know, super smart tech guy that he's a nerd, but he's so good with the tech that he can understand all this bullshit. Yeah. And then you're gonna have the, you know, the loser guy where it's like, man, if you just gave him a chance, he'll be the best.
Exactly, and then that's the thing. I don't want to see that repeated, but probably will be repeated. But we gotta see the movie first. I mean, the show first. So we'll see what happens. But obviously, you probably won't be there. But hey, Ganja, I'm just saying, you got a viewing party in me. You got a friend in me.
I know you'll come for the shit of viewing party, Mr. 21st Anniversary.
Absolutely, mother. Fucker.
Man, you agreed before you.
God damn it!
We were talking about this the other day, man. You just agree to shit and don't think about it.
I'm trying to segue into our next shit. I'm like, absolutely. Moving on. I'm like, wait, fuck this bitch.
I just hit him over the side of the head with a steel chair, and he's like, all right, guys, to the next segment. Ow, that hurt.
No. I actually sold that shit like Ric Flair, where I just stand around for a second, then fall on my face. But anyways, moving on. No more wrestling references, we promise.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit, honestly. But I will say, it's not the only piece of bullshit here. This is some bullshit. Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor fucking trailer?
Hello, neighbor.
In select theaters, June 8th. No!
Okay, cut to these guys talking shit about Mr. Rogers because they hate anything that's kids show related.
No,
I like how you assumed my gender there. And
what are you talking about? We had this discussion with a while ago where y'all were talking shit about Mr. Robbins because you're like, man, I bet that guy kids. I bet this guy did that.
If we have to talk about someone who probably diddled some children, I put my hat in for Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, like, you want some candy,
that does not mean.
Oh, he's touched her. No.
No, but that does not mean that I did not appreciate Mr. Rogers the show. I was a kid once, bro. I did like Mr. Rogers.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I'm going to tell you straight up, I had a bad feeling about Mr. Rogers. Dude, honestly, this lady over here, the producer, Margie Whitmer, is like, he touched me right here. She's holding her boobs. No, I'm just playing. But I feel like, honestly, that dude just gave me a bad vibe. Just like John C. Reilly gives me a bad vibe. Just like Robin Williams gave me a bad vibe back in the day.
Hey!
I'm sorry. But
Ali, I don't know if those allegations are true, but apparently he used to do some sexual shit.
Who? Which one?
Robin Williams.
Oh, wait, for real? They came out now?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's true or not. So
exactly. So let's not badmouth anyone.
But the one who's coming out saying that shit was someone who toured with him a lot.
Yeah. And here's another thing, too, by the way, Ali. Now I gotta get mad. Now I gotta start pointing fingers because once upon a time when that fat fuck, what's his name? Goddamn Weinstein. What's his first?
Harvey.
Harvey Weinstein.
Pervy Weinstein. That fucking dude. We didn't know anything right away either. That was not proven. But looking at him, it's like, yeah, he pulled a little something.
Well, sometimes you can't always just look at someone and assume that they're a freaking pervert or a pedophile or whatever. You
can't always judge a book by a cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you have evidence of it going through, that's a bad fucking statement. Like, well, the person looks like that. Don't we yell at police officers for the exact same bullshit? How is this okay when civilians do it?
Yeah, they're racist.
Well, I mean, okay. Honestly,
prejudice.
It shouldn't be double standard. Alan, you're actually right. I will say. I'm sorry for saying that, but at the same time, I'm just being honest with how I feel. And sometimes I can smell my perv radar goes every time I fucking watch Jumanji.
Man, he was just trying to be nice to kids and try to show kids that all you got to do is just You don't have to, you don't have to listen to society and tell them what to do. You are a good person. You can be a good person. All you have to do is care and actually give a shit about people. Like, there are not enough people in this world. So many people just treat kids like shit, or treat kids like they're not smart, or don't actually give a fuck about the younger generation. And it's always nice to know it's like there are people out there that legitimately want kids to actually be happy and actually want to spend the time that you need. You see so many teachers that just don't give a fuck about their students. And I hate whenever the few times where there's a few teachers that actually want to do their jobs properly, they get ostracized. People, well, they shouldn't be doing that to kids. I bet they're into that shit. It's infuriating.
No, you're right. But then this guy over here, he's actually looking in the window like, oh, yes, keep changing. And then, Mom, like, what's going on? I'm sorry. Man. This trailer's really creepy. I'm sorry.
Well, not to add on to it, like, kind of what Nick's talking about. Not Nick, not to support you. Fuck that. I'm not on your side. But still go on Alan's side. I actually, like, Mr. Rogers is one of the people that actually saved PBS. So if you like the Sesame Street stuff growing up, he's the main reason that they stuck around. They were able for all kids to enjoy freely. He was the big one promoting them, like going to testify against Congress, trying to keep the money going towards public broadcasting.
I mean, I guess, but still,
he saved Elmo, man. He saved Elmo.
I gotta talk shit still. Like, no, I'm just playing. Nah,
if I don't talk shit, I don't know what to do with my life.
Exactly.
Nick touched my leg. I'm calling the cops now.
Exactly.
Well, Nick. Look at how Nick looks. Yeah, I bet he touched something.
Hey, honestly, my intentions were bad. Kirk, I'm sorry, dude. I was going for that ass. But anyways, aside from that,
you don't know how to wake up from the roofies.
Let's stop.
So yeah, let's stop this.
Speaking of child entertainment, Bill Cosby.
No, actually, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if there's pictures of him and fucking Mr. Rogers hanging out and whatnot too, just because they were both in like family type.
Oh yeah, that was Bill Cosby, dude. If like before like 2000, what was he got caught? Like, what was it 2016, 2017?
Yeah,
all that Bill Cosby started blowing up. Before then, all of us would have took pictures with Bill Cosby and done the pudding pop joke as well. Like, he was everyone's uncle or fucking crazy dad or some shit. But when we heard that shit out, we were like, man, I don't know if I let my dad be molesting people like that either.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when it happens, you're not really sure because it's like, unless you're Nick, you don't like to assume the worst out of people. So when someone does, when people do this kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, who wouldn't want to take a picture with Bill Cosby? Then after it happens, you're like, yeah, that kind of sucks. Because yes, to a certain degree, Nick, that's a point where you don't really ever know. Sometimes people do fucked up things, and you'll never know until it comes out. But I don't think it's ever right to just assume that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you make a point, but Ali, I'm gonna ask you, what do you feel about this whole thing with Mr. Rogers actually getting his own movie, and that's actually coming out fairly soon?
I think it was a long time coming. I think it was inevitable it was going to happen because I mean he was such a big part of a lot of people's childhood, including mine. So and plus you hear stories about him being part of the like he was part of the CIA or something like that, a spy or whatever. Yeah, I would love to see that story. No, but like still, there's a lot to tell about him. In all seriousness, and he did a lot for programming for children back in the day. So I think it's definitely a well-deserved movie that they're making.
Actually, with this said too, because with all of us, I mean, me when I talk bad about Mr. Rogers, it's just what I think it's probably happening beyond the surface. Yeah, just perception. Right. Just me. Honestly, just me bullshitting and talking shit. Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest.
Sure.
And breaking that fourth wall. I'm a dick. But the thing is 3 out of
they know.
The majority of us though, we're saying good things about him. I'm pretty sure the movie's gonna be saying like, oh, he was such a good neighbor. He was just awesome. Whatever the fuck. I don't know what the deal is. But like, I'm kind of wondering, like, with that said, with only a bunch of good shit being said about him, does that equate to this being a shit movie? Because you guys know this too. Some of the documentaries that are the best is always because the character is controversial. There's something going on where it's like, oh, I want to know the dirt, man. Like, I don't want to hear someone basically give me a funeral fucking speech like, he was such a good guy.
A fluff piece, basically.
Exactly. So, like, Alan, I'm gonna start off with you. Like, do you feel like he's such a good guy that this might make for a boring ass fucking movie or a boring?
Because what I want is, I know what you mean. Because I kind of, for the most part, do like documentaries. God damn it, documentaries. I don't give a shit.
Go on, baby.
The thing is when I watch some of the ones that, favorite ones, some of the ones God showed me, is I like it when they start off with the good stuff, then they with kind of the great stuff, and then they go with kind of the bad stuff. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you are, from Mr. Rogers to Jesus, you did something that's not right. And now to what that level is obviously the people that are going to judge it. But it's like, I want to see both sides. I don't want this to be a situation where it's all the good stuff, but then I don't want a situation where it's like, yo, man, let's just use this to tear him down. Fuck his legacy. I want it to be kind of a mix of both, where it's like, yeah, he was a pillar of the community, but he also had to deal with a lot of shit. Show the side where he had to struggle. Show the kind of side where it's like he sometimes wasn't able to help people, or he sometimes did stuff where it might not have been the best thing for him to do. Show both sides so that way you have a balanced view of it. And I don't know if they're going to show it.
Wasn't at home with his other kids that much.
Yeah,
and have that where he like I don't want to sit there and make shit up, but just have it where he just wasn't the perfect human being, just to show the balance of like, even though people do bad things, their actions should speak louder than words, and look at his actions.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to even go as far as, like, when you tell the story about him, tell the story about the people surrounding him. I mean, tell me why this kid was possessed by the devil. Like, was it Snuffleupagus that was taking control of his body? Like,
Snuffleupagus? Yeah. Man, that kid's on some shit.
He's like, oh, Big Bird! Big Bird! Like, just,
Big Bird! I see that! That's a little Gary, bro.
Yeah, it's a little Gary. I'm going to pull him up again. Alan, look at that bird!
I see you, Mr. Rogers!
What the fuck?
Oh, that's fucked up.
All of you. What the fuck?
I would love to hear Gary watch Sesame Street. Like, oh, fuck, Cookie Monster, Cookie!
Hell no, we found if watching Spaceballs is any indication, he'd fucking love it.
Lord.
Oh,
man, I'm glad you brought that up for a second, because I just want to point out, I like Spaceballs, Nick. I know you hated the movie. I liked it a lot when I was a kid and a teenager growing up. I watching that recently with you guys. Wow, that's kind of one of Mel Brooks' weakest films.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with Batman and Robin. I love that shit as a kid. I grew up like, what the fuck is this?
I blame the toys for that one.
Oh man, I don't know what this is about, but basically Kirk Lazarus is saying Mr. Rogers doing coke off Keen Friday. Uh-oh, I don't know what the fuck that's about, but let's hear about it. What's
Hey,
Keen
if they
Friday?
showed that in documentary, could you imagine if they showed that in the documentary? Fuck it, I'm not changing how I say it.
Yo, I would love that, because I don't know if this is true or not, a rumor, but I heard that Princess Leia either said in an interview or someone stitched her out that she did coke up for the R2-D2, the original one.
Oh,
when
that's
she was
hilarious.
on set.
Well, she was wasn't she like a huge drug addict? So
Oh,
that's
fuck
probably
yeah.
a real story.
I'll let you know right now, I would have found a way to smoke out the original lightsaber.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all stupid. But, Allie, I'm going to ask you before you even move on.
It's like, this is why I'm going to hide all the fucking antiques from the druggies.
Yeah, if you ever get our YouTube subscriber thing, you're not having it. Like, our plaque that says that we hit, like, 5 subscribers.
Hey, guys, just show off the plaque. See where'd you put it. Man, not only did I keep it in my house, Nick, but I converted it to a water bong. Check it out. It's all
Wow, it's a flat piece of wood.
He gets all philosophical with it, like, man, every time the smoke goes up in me, that's all subscribers, all them likes.
All them likes and approvals, bro. Yeah.
Oh, the community. Oh man, but no, Allie, I'm gonna ask you as far as as he would say, documentaries. My bad, I fucked that up.
I don't know why.
Documentaries.
I'm just trying to say I fucked up like the way Alan said it, because I don't know how he even says it.
Man, don't even get me started. You're the king of mispronunciation.
But Allie, like, when it comes to documentaries, do you feel like you would rather watch something about somebody that's controversial as opposed to somebody who is as good of a person as Mr. Rogers is? Because for me, I think this is gonna be boring because there's really nothing to say about him except for the good shit. So I mean, what do you feel about that? Do you think it might be good?
Yeah, I mean, if there's something to tell, if they feel like there's something to tell, then I think it'll still be interesting. You can make anything interesting. It's just really good filmmaking. You just have a really good director and a team, and you can make the minor thing, any minor detail of someone's life really interesting. So I won't say that.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say personally, yeah, I would rather watch someone that is a controversial topic than someone who is, really good. But that's not to say it's going to take away from this movie. It might be really, really good and interesting, especially for people who grew up watching him to learn more about him and his personal life, or just to see what other contributions he had. So, I'd say I think it's worth giving anything a try.
Okay, makes sense. And same question to you really quick, Ganja. In so many words, I mean, do you kind of agree with us, or how do you feel?
Honestly, I kind of agree with all of you guys in the sense that I like to see documentaries or just even movies about people that show the dark side of them, or things that were more, I would say, humanistic. Like, they weren't all the saint they were made out to be. They weren't 100% perfect people. They made mistakes. They just dickish stuff to people. Hell, he probably slept with the the constitute's wife, for all I know. And I think they should touch upon that because I think that brings them more grounded when you have people that are flawed that are actually trying to do the right thing and try to do good, because that gives you a chance that you think you can do it yourself. Because if everyone's walking around thinking they Jesus and doing shit like that, that makes people feel less capable of doing something themselves and trying to change themselves for better or their neighborhood, because they feel it requires a altruistic or a real high up there person to do it.
Exactly, yeah. So moving on from that trailer, and this will be very, very quick because I 100% have nothing to fucking say about this shit. Have you guys seen the trailer to The House with the Cock in Its... I mean, God damn it!
I fucked that up on purpose by accident.
Fuck.
So for the folks, this is what we call karma. Now you don't understand this. When I put the in the docs, I was the one that put this trailer in there. And as I was typing, Nick's looking at there with a fucking microscope because he expects me to fuck up the word and put the cock in the walls. But I wrote it properly.
Stupid fucking movie title. It doesn't make any fucking sense. A house with a clock on its fucking walls.
Why?
It's supposed to.
God. Anyways.
Why?
I know. I'm stupid. All right, Allie? Shit. Okay, well, Allie, let me ask you this. Have you seen this trailer? Because this does seem like something you might actually be into.
Have you ever seen a glory hole?
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. Now I can't ever now think of this movie.
Maybe you like Roth, so.
Yo, man, I just want to point out we corrupted Allie. Before she would just ignore it, and now she's giggling.
I know. No, but no, Allie, I know it's awkward, but what do you think about the house and its certain parts in those walls?
I'm sorry. I didn't see this trailer, so.
Okay. I mean, it's fine because here's the thing. I didn't even know this existed, and for some reason, it's actually trending. I'm gonna be completely transparent with you in the audience. Like, yo, I put this up because it's trending. So I'm like, I don't get what's working with this.
The views, though.
Neither do I, because Toe Bob in the chat actually sent it, and I take a look at it, and he's like, "Yo, man, Eli Roth's doing this." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I bet this is gonna be some gore fest as his entire fucking career." But then as I watch, I'm like, "Oh, it's actually really different. It's not the gore fest that every fucking movie he's ever done is." But my biggest problem is I'm not sure what the tone of this movie is, because at times it's thrilling because it's basically like, yo, this kid goes into this weird house and there's all this weird shit happening and he's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And it's supposed to be kind of thrilling because you see the characters talking, but then it'll cut to essentially a Marvel style joke where the movie just stops and just so they can make a joke and then it moves on. So I can't tell what the tone of this fucking trailer is. So I really don't know why it's trending either. Probably just because it's Eli Roth doing something that's not Eli Roth.
Yeah, and I feel like it's another thing of like, hey, listen, Jack Black is a dude who's doing all these weird little like semi-nostalgic things that's kind of been modernized. Like, for instance, Goosebumps, fucking Jumanji, fucking. I'm surprised he wasn't BFG.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, dude, he was like one of the main dudes on Jumanji.
I know, I forgot.
Player One.
Wait, was he in Ready Player One?
No, I'm just fucking with
He
you.
probably will be.
Actually, he's probably in there as an avatar in that fucking fake video game world. Someone's playing as Jack Black.
Avatar?
Oh, man, dude, was it a video game? Remember?
Brutal Legend.
Yeah. Brutal Legend.
Yeah. Terrible. God, dude,
Yeah,
you might
okay.
actually make it into Ready Player One as a Brutal Legend character with the fucking guitar.
possible.
Yo, that would be sick.
That'd be fucking stupid.
I know, that's the point.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
It'd be dumb. That's the point.
It'll be ill.
It'd be so stupid to be enjoyable because that entire movie all it has going for it.
Hey, you say it'll be sick. I say it'll be mentally ill.
Or as the kids say, true.
Boo.
Oh, come on, that was good, Allie. If I said that shit faster, it would have been funny.
You didn't even believe it.
I mean, no. But Ruthless said knowing Eli Roth is doing this makes him care even less. Now, see, I'm completely opposite of Ruthless in the chat. I'm thinking because of Eli Roth, this is the only thing that made me go, oh, okay. Because fuck Jack Black. I don't give a shit about Jack Black at all. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But thinking about fucking Eli Roth and him doing Green Inferno, him doing a lot. Right now I'm having like a kind of a blank, but he's done a lot of stuff. Death Wish? You did Death Wish?
The most recent one.
What, with Bruce Willis?
Yep.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, Corey talked about it in the review. Like, he directed a lot of stuff. But yeah, most of the stuff is the gore fest there, and it's like this movie doesn't seem like it's gonna be that. This movie does not seem like it's gonna be that. So you shouldn't go in expecting this to be a gory horror movie. It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be something like a Tim Burton movie. Feels like anyway.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. So hopefully this isn't something that's gonna be boring as like Peculiar or House of. What's it called? Home of Peculiar Children, whatever the fuck that thing was.
Yeah. The
Peregrine.
Yeah. Oh my, wait, I fucked that up?
Miss Peregrams.
Oh, Miss Peregrine in the House of Chocolate Milk. Where the fuck?
Yes.
Okay.
That girl's so hot from what was the American Horror Story? I think was it?
No, Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's fucking sexy as fuck.
Yeah, man. I love the part where she fucks herself, literally, a ghost in her bed, and just
Yeah!
goes up and down.
Oh,
That
good
is
times, good times.
It was
Man,
the sexiest, most confusing thing I've ever seen. What were you saying, Ganja?
I gotta watch Penny Dreadful now.
No, you do not. It's
Hey!
it's pretty
Big
dreadful.
party.
I still haven't gone past. Like I think I got the episode 8 and I just haven't gone past it.
Party.
No, I will say, aside from those stupid scenes, actually that show is fucking amazing. And granted, like, yeah, she has nothing to do with the topic, but I will say, like, that show needs its 4th season. That's the only thing that I'm willing to say. You know what? Fucking don't just reboot it, but even if it's been a long time, go back and finish that shit. That story is not done. It's incomplete as fuck. Do something about it, Netflix.
Is it a cliffhanger or how did?
Not even a cliffhanger. It's just not done. Like there's so much in that world that they build up, and it's just kind of, it's like watching the first Star Wars and there's no sequels. It's like, it's ridiculous. But anyways, moving on though. Moving on into our community questions. Now this probably will be doing this pretty fast. Obviously we have a topic after this. It's gonna be a little crazy. But then Flicks and Chill, you might actually skip tonight because I know that Double Toast had just started. So
they started with some bullshit too, talking shit to one another. They're giving man a good win. Man, they're giving him the business right now. I feel bad for him.
What?
Oh, what happened? Who gave?
No, right now the stream, they're talking shit to him. The chat, they love us all.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I love the chat, and oh god, that's John Cena doing the Undertaker thing at the end of Raw. Fucking Paradox, and I know he's not even watching this, but yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I can't help it.
Hey man, that man say wrestling.
Oh yes, but we're gonna start from the community questions, and once again, just to let you guys know, I've been going into the Amino chat, and I'm gonna show this one more time, really quick. Actually, no, I'm not.
So free.
Can I give you a theme music to this ad?
No.
So it's more proper.
Go ahead. What is it?
Okay, ready? It's
Amino chat, y'all. You come to the Amino chat and post your questions right here. You put your questions there, and I ignore a little bit, but then I choose some, put it on the theme for the show, then we
Stop.
answer them.
Just fucking
This needs to
stop.
stop. Yeah.
Okay, I think God did a great job, but
No.
if you guys
I
already
basically stole the Viagra thing, by the way.
fuck, I was really feeling it too.
Hey, he has a product for you if you need to feel something.
Yeah, I know. I can feel it, and I can feel it. Anyways, so we're gonna move on. Jesus Christ, this is awful.
Fuck the community questions. We're just even.
No, community question. First one by Tay, and I actually got this from Facebook. Technically her Facebook, but I wasn't stalking. I promise.
Sure.
But she says, anyone have that one movie they watched endlessly as a kid? And her answer I didn't put on here, but hers was Toy Story, and apparently she watched it so much that her fucking tape broke.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just insane to me.
Oh yeah, I have one.
Okay, what's yours?
Okay, so I think I might have told this story before, but back in the day, around like 2006,
What's
my uncle, who lives in New York, he used to buy me a bunch of movies, and then I didn't realize until a little bit later that they were all bootlegs.
Yeah, we've all been there.
This is before digital, so, or like it really took off with watching movies online. So you'd have the DVDs, and they put work into it. Like they print the poster of the movie and put it in like this really flat DVD case. But it was like the printing was like, you could tell it was just printed from a regular printer. It wasn't like laser printed or anything like that. So like the ink would smudge and whatever. But anyway, I used to have like a portable DVD player. I would sneak into my my backpack when I would go to school. And when I was riding the bus, and at the time The Incredibles came out. It was
shit!
Yeah, it was like my favorite freaking movie of all time. Like I watched it so many times that I knew all the lines, every single line in the movie. But yeah, so I watched it because it was still in theaters at the time. So when my uncle had that bootleg, because I saw it in the theaters once, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. But I didn't have time. My mom didn't have time to take me to see it again. So when my uncle gave it to me, I was like, yes, now I can watch it anytime. So I would like play it in my portable DVD player that I would sneak into my bag every day. And I watched it so many times that the part where Elastigirl and Dash and Violet, like they're all on the airplane, and
Right.
Syndrome's trying to blow up the plane. Yeah, well, when the plane blows up and they're falling down to the ocean, like that part would always replay itself every time because I watched it so many times. So I still remember that being like one of the few movies, like the DVDs, that I watched so much. It's like when the CD skips, like the DVD skipped.
Like too, like after a while, did you feel like that was like part of the movie? Because have you ever had a situation where something skips?
Yeah, I still, every time I watch that movie, I still think about, oh, is it gonna replay again? Like,
yeah, exactly. It feels weird watching it normal.
Yeah,
you watched it so much that your actual scanner that's supposed to play the DVD scratched your shit.
Pretty much.
Have you seen those shitty DVD players, man?
I love that movie to death. Like literally, I was talking about, watched it religiously, like almost every other day. It was ridiculous. And the other movie that happened to, that my uncle got a bootleg of, which I'm starting to see a trend here. But Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars. Yeah. The part where Obi-Wan is fighting General Grievous, and they're at like the ending fight of it. And so like when Obi-Wan is like on that ledge and he force whatever the blaster, and he shoots General Grievous in the heart. That part always replayed itself.
Oh, you actually brought this up when we were watching this together. I remember this now.
Yeah. So like every single time, it's like he starts shooting him in the heart, and then all of a sudden he shoots him again. So every time
why won't you die?
Every time I watch that movie, every time I watch Revenge of the Sith, that's all I think about is like, is General Grievous gonna die twice?
Man.
Yo, I just realized that fucking vehicle had legs. Goddamn.
Yep, it has fire legs.
That was a cool fucking vehicle.
No, that actually was cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
That fight was actually pretty good. Like that scene, like the chase. If it just didn't get broken up between like Anakin whining, was it? Was he doing something?
No, that sounds about right. You can sum up the series of Anakin whining.
No, right? Yes, because it was at the point where, Anakin was about to betray the Jedi Order and go over to the dark side. So while that was going on, Obi-Wan was fighting General Grievous. I'm like, this is the most longest fight because like a lot of stuff's happening over in Coruscant, and then you're on what was it? It's not Geonosis. I feel like that's not the right one, but like whatever planet they're on. Whatever planet they're still fighting. Like Obi-Wan and General Grievous has been fighting for like for a whole hour. Just like okay.
No, man.
What have y'all been doing all this time?
That scene though, actually, I gotta say, like even watching it now, I'm kind of getting lost in watching the clip. Like, man,
yeah.
I hate admitting it, but sometimes Star Wars does some shit where I'm like, dude, if we just had the other shit that I want, okay, I could see myself being a fucking Star Wars nerd like Ganja and Allie over here. And I don't think Alan counts as a Star Wars nerd. Are you that?
Nah, he's a bitch.
Oh.
Hey, you watched The Last Jedi, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all watched The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we all did. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you had an emotional attachment to it. I couldn't care less.
I broke down.
Exactly, I didn't. I just said
I had a moment with Trey. Like it was like, man, I don't know if I could do Star Wars anymore, bro.
Oh shit! Apparently, and by the way, man, people, if you can, fucking please record what Corey's saying because I want to see this shit. But apparently,
going off on the bad guy from COT. What?
From
okay.
Children of the Toast.
To give you all some background knowledge, because me and Rufus talked about this before the show. Thank you, Rufus. Keep me updated on that, by the way. But apparently, somebody went on to the Children of the Toast, which is the Double Toasted fan website, and started talking shit about how there's advertisements in front of the YouTube videos, as well as the Double Toasted website. Which I'll let y'all know right now. As soon as we start getting a little advertising money, we might wait till the end of it. But y'all gonna hear our little fucking segments to get paid.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So is Corey getting mad at the ads?
Or he's getting mad at the guys who are complaining because people. And here's the thing, I will say I'm sorry, but like I'm the one who's playing a lot of ads in those YouTube videos, but we have to. So sorry about that. If you hate when Double Toasted does that, that's my fault. But then also too, Corey's been getting very popular. We're getting more ads, so it's like people. This is how the bills are paid. You gotta do ads. That's why you watch TV. Shit ton of commercials.
Yeah, but I don't want to support the people that I like watching. I want to watch everything for free.
Unless you want to start fucking paying $20 a month for that subscriber, man, fuck out of here. You better listen to those T-shirt ads.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fucking 30-second ad, you'll live.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, but then again, I pay for YouTube Red to not see the ads, but it costs money. It costs me more than my time.
That's different though, because
but you're actually paying.
Some YouTube videos are fucking ridiculous, and it's like 5 minutes, and you got like 10, 20 minutes of ads. and you gotta hope for some reason one of them fucks up and let you skip them.
Yeah, exactly. But we're moving on from this, from the Double Toes thing. But yeah, definitely go to Double Toes and check that out. It must be fucking hilarious. But aside from that, Alan, like, can you answer the same question? I'm actually gonna pull this back up because even I fucking forgot a little bit.
Yeah, no, I remember. It was the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
And as a kid, I loved the hell out of that movie. And I watched it all the time. Like, when we finally got a VHS, I literally watched it 15 times in one day. And my mom started yelling at me because she's like, I'm sick of seeing that movie. Stop watching that. She would see it. She saw it all day. She was getting mad at me because I love the hell out of this movie as a kid. And then I grew up and realized, and then I was like, oh God, this movie's garbage.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That movie
hold on now.
No. There are 3 sing-alongs in the first 20 minutes. Only one of them is good.
But they're good, though.
No, only one of them is good. That's the first one.
Man, I like Jack's Limitation. Fuck you.
Fuck that, man. And then it just keeps going on, and then you realize this guy just sucks and.
But I was realizing, all I'm gonna do is hit my webcam. It's not even gonna get to you, so I'm gonna wait till I see you in Austin.
Exactly. No, I mean, I see what you mean though, because I will say, like, when you're a kid, you don't realize it's a musical because you're so into the songs, you're so into the story that you just don't notice it. But yeah, I watched this again. I was like, oh fuck, this is a musical. I didn't know I liked a musical. And I was watching it. I was like, okay, this is actually not as great as I remember it, but it's still fucking awesome. Like, it's catchy as shit.
The first one is great, but it goes on so much with the musicals throughout it. And honestly, only the first song is good. The This Is Halloween. That song is still hype. The rest of it just feels like it goes from set piece to set piece without much of a connection.
Jesus.
And
Santa Claus is up in my face.
I don't know. It just feels so random, and it feels like there's not a lot. Like, there is obviously a lot going on, but it feels so chaotic and random about what's going on. And it is just literally, like, if you break it down, it is literally just the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song or a Christmas Story song, just done in a Halloween tone. There's not that much different except for the skin it is in.
I'll punch you in your shit.
It is literally the same story.
No, it is not.
What are you talking about? The same thing of, like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna go out and be Santa tonight. Oh, luckily this fucking ghost has a Rudolph horn.
The whole point is him not becoming Santa. The whole point of him is, like, being fed up in this situation that he is, constantly doing this cycle of repeat Halloween, King of Halloween, all this, constantly search for something new and trying.
And then immediately go back to it because he realizes he sucks at it.
It was realizing what kind of place you are in the universe and where you fit.
Yeah, don't ever try to be different if you fail.
Yeah, that's not the point of it. The point is
the point of the fucking movie.
No, it's not. The point is, hey, sometimes you can try to branch to be other things, but if you're really good at one thing and it's your actual calling, then you should probably hinder it, even if it does.
Don't ever try to be different.
Even if it does get boring. So it's like telling you, hey, don't be a scientist.
Yeah, but I chose that.
Yeah, he's part. That's his thing. He chose.
I'm Arab. I wanted 3 jobs: cab driver, shawarma, or.
No. You're still gonna work with plastics. Don't worry.
Aww,
sure.
You guys. Wait, why does it always get personal with you motherfuckers? God damn. Like,
because he made fun of Tim Burns' Night of Halloween. I love that fucking movie.
He didn't even direct it.
Fuck you.
He didn't even direct the fucking movie.
You don't have to.
He farted
was
near
creative mind.
Still great.
Some other guy directed it. This is the fucking Star Wars situation again.
I'm defending Tim Burns because after this, I can't do it that well.
Anyways, Ganja, you, same question. I'm gonna show you time,
which Star Wars movie are you gonna pick?
Fuck your mother.
No! Jesus Christ. Damn. Fucking angry as shit.
I took a lucky throw with that one. I was like, I hope he don't get offended. I hope he don't.
No, because I can tell in your head, you're like, fuck, what happened? Of course he's gonna fucking pick a Star Wars movie.
Star Wars movie.
No, actually, this is actually comes with a story with my mom growing up. When I was a huge fan of fucking Scooby Doo, and Nick, I swear to God, we put the camera to him and he's Alan. I'm gonna cut Alan tonight. But I was a huge fan of Scooby Doo. I loved all the DVDs and VHS, and I remember they used to have the one with all the best hits of like Scooby Doo. So it had the one from the lake monster guy. It had the pterodactyl. It had the one dude that looked like a fisherman, and it also had I forget, it was the radioactive monster, I think. Yeah, and it was all those big major ones that you remember from the old cartoons that they used to always do on repeat. And I used to love watching it back and forth. But the problem was, I used to watch Scooby-Doo so much, and I was like maybe 5 or 6. I started picking up some of his ways of talking. So eventually, I started talking like Scooby-Doo, according to her. And she would be like, hey, Garrett, do you want something to eat?
If
What?
it makes you feel any better, I did the exact same thing with Shaggy. Because as much as I hate the show, I watch it too.
Perfect.
Oh my god, this is too
Shaggy for a
perfect.
long time. Like, I hate this about myself, but I legitimately would say Zoinks a lot.
Jesus. I just realized something too, by the way. Like, thinking about this, we got Allie and you know, Jet, or you know, anybody in the fucking thing, and like we got 3 guys. Isn't that not the whole crew? The whole fucking like the van thing? The whole team? What do they call themselves? The Mystery Squad?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So,
Jet,
I'm
Allie, me, you, Ganja. Like, yeah, this is.
You are not
Scooby-Doo
Fred.
crew.
You only set this up so you could be Fred. You are not Fred.
You're not
Motherfucker,
Fred.
you just called yourself Shaggy and he called himself Scooby. I got no choice.
You
Wanna be
are
one of
not
the girls?
Fred.
You're the random monster that they have to.
Yeah, you're a monster. If
Oh, so
anyone's-
I can't be part of the MCA? I quit.
Trey is Fred. Trey is Fred.
Trey is not Fred.
Tell him one time.
All right,
Fred's
all
like,
right. First of all, he can't be Scrappy because Scrappy's ready down to fight and shit.
Oh, then, well, Alan's
Oh, Nick
Scrappy.
is Scrappy. There we go. Nick is Scrappy.
Yeah, Nick, you're Scrappy.
I don't fight anybody. I'm a fucking nice dude. I should be friendly.
My ass.
You
You're
are
always trying to
fight
kick
everybody.
someone's ass with your puppy power.
Oh, well, you know what? I love.
You're Scrappy growing up, man.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't know. Wait, no.
No!
It's because this works out because
Scrappy rule.
Scrappy's like Scooby's cousin or something. Aren't they related, Scrappy and Scooby?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
they are.
know.
It's his nephew.
Yeah, yeah. And you two kind of look like you're related, so
Oh,
it works
fuck
out.
You.
You're my nephew.
Man, I knew talking about that was just gonna make me out to be look like a fucking idiot. But we're moving on from this, and this next one, and I think we're pretty much gonna be done after this. I'm gonna make this relatively quick because this is kind of a really deep question, and the question is from Ruthless. Let's see what it is. Oh, actually, it's from BBM. I fucked up.
Wow, are we doing it this year now? We're confusing BBM and Ruthless?
Wow.
No, actually, it's like
Wow.
I clicked the wrong fucking button. But it's okay. We'll use this one, and then we're gonna answer. I want to answer Ruthless' question though.
Okay.
But this one on BBM, he says, "How would you prepare yourself against a zombie apocalypse?" And I wasn't gonna say this for Saturday. That's why I was saying, "Oh, Ruthless." But looking at this now, me personally, I'm gonna throw Alan in front of the fucking zombies. I've already made up my mind. I'm sorry. Dude.
Well, I already added one part of my plan, not go near Nick.
yeah.
Oh, no, I've had my plan for like the last 10 years. I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Wait, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to go back
Tell
to
me
my old
everything.
high school. I'm going to go back to my old high school because I know that there's only about 4 or 5 exits, so I can barricade that. Go to the 3rd floor science lab and just stay there because zombies aren't going to go up 3 fucking floors. There's a way from the 3rd floor directly to the cafeteria, so I'll just be shoveling food up there. And since the lab up there can hold chemicals, there's fridges up there so that I can keep food cold. There's also heaters up there so I can heat it up. And there's various chemicals that I can use to either treat wounds or deal with any sort of people that get past.
Okay, and I'm glad that you gave me all your plans so I can do them after I kill you.
You don't know where the fuck I live. You don't know where my school
I'll
is.
find Google Maps before that last day
Bitch,
in the
you don't know my
apocalypse.
last name.
You don't know where I went to high school.
I gotta tell you, dude, when the apocalypse happens, Google Maps is gonna fucking like just shut down because so many people are gonna be looking up shit. Like, dude, I gotta figure out where to go. Where's this? Where's that? That site is not gonna work that last day. People do not go to Google Maps. Go,
Yeah, I think that's the biggest worry right now.
yeah.
Zombies are everywhere, but my map doesn't work.
That's the one time people are gonna go to Bean Maps or some shit just because it's the only site that's actually
Man,
giving you results.
I'm glad I was taught how to read a map.
This big map, is that real?
I think so.
Because y'all talking shit right now. I'm like, wait, all you gotta do is follow the local highway and just pull out a map and see where it connects.
No,
to.
I did that once. First day of high school, I tried to follow a highway to go home because
Wait,
my
you
dad
used a
drove
map
me
to go
there.
home?
No, because when I went to school, because I didn't know how buses work because I never took a bus. So we took the highway to get to school, and I figured in my head, if I just follow the highway, I'll go home. I got lost for 7 hours. So that's some bullshit.
You gotta know which direction you're going, buddy.
Well, eventually the highway ran out, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'll keep going
What?
straight."
And then started a new family. It was fucking crazy, man.
It started raining too.
Aw, poor Alan.
You're a dumbass, Charlie Brown.
Yo, I was saying that.
I was 14, so-
you would have ended up delivering shit. You've been squealing like a pig.
Wait,
No, luckily, what ended up
you're
happening
14?
was apparently I just went in circles.
wait, you
For
were
a
14
while.
years old?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that is too old to be getting lost for 7 hours in the fucking street. God damn it!
I never. Hey, I was always, dude. You gotta understand is with growing up, I literally could see my school from my house, so it was like a walk just across the street in some cases. So the idea of going across the city, I'd never done this before by myself.
But you walked it like Forrest Gump.
Pretty much.
God, I bet the blisters on his feet were fucked.
Ooh.
Not really.
I can't talk shit to him, dude, because I almost walked into Jersey.
Oh, what? Like a few months ago?
No, yeah, we were at the New York party. Remember I told you the story that I got lost? And the only reason I knew I was walking the wrong way is because I saw a bridge going to another island, and then I looked over and I saw the Empire State Building way in the distance.
Jesus Christ.
He then saw the Cloverfield monster and realized he was in the wrong place.
Yo, if you actually pause the MCA video at 5 minutes and 6 seconds, you can see where I got really pissed.
The paradox.
Man.
But yeah.
J.J. Abrams, you got one more movie, man. One more fuck up like that, I'm done.
I will say, though, yeah, for me, honestly, surrounding the zombie apocalypse, what I would honestly do is just fucking go underneath ground and just live there until the shit flies over. Because honestly, if there's a real zombie apocalypse and there's like Walking Dead zombies, we'll survive that shit in a week. It'll be fine. Like, zombies ain't gonna fucking exist.
Okay, I'd like to point out that any zombies, any sort of zombie infection, unless it wipes out half of the city and half of the city turn instantly zombies, there is no problem that zombie apocalypse cannot be solved in fucking Alabama. They all have guns, and they're willing to shoot people just in general.
I'm glad Alan brought that up, because I think the CDC did a real study on that, like a type of virus or a zombie virus that could possibly transfer through human contact like that. And they said like a city like New York probably has maybe an hour that they have to respond really fast to and know what the fuck's going on before it becomes a real danger. But even then, it's a danger to the East Coast. It's not a danger to the rest of the United States. So that's kind of why I like Shaun of the Dead story as a zombie apocalypse a lot more, because it's more realistic. It's like 3 or 4 days of like, God, this is the most horrible. Yeah, no, they just destroy all the zombies because it's zombies. They just, the military literally says that, like, we were just doing operations outside the city to drag them out.
Yeah, and the thing is a bite is a terrible way to transmit any sort of infection. The best way to transmit any infection, and that's actually why I give The Walking Dead a lot of why I still watch The Walking Dead, because it's a mix of bite, but it's also in the air. As far as zombie transmission, virus transmission, the number one way you get infected is through breathing it in. That is the number one way to get infected. Number 2 is ingestion.
Yeah, so that's the thing, man, and that's the thing too. When they do with the shows, like everyone's technically affected. So like, yeah, I don't understand how kissing works, because the saliva would fuck you up itself.
Well, not really, because you're immune to a certain amount of the virus.
Okay, I would love to see
infected. It's just it doesn't take place till you die.
Because from what I saw on Walking Dead, and I don't know if this is wrong, you guys can correct me, but it seems like the people that turn are mortally wounded and their immune systems are already in so much shock that they're not going to be able to fight off the most basic form of the zombie virus they're in contact with. Or it's just too much of the same virus. It's basically if you had like a small infection, and I just came and just dropped my gangrene arm all over it.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's not like it's a mix of that, but honestly, right now you have everyone in this room. We have 100 viruses in our blood system. We got bacteria at the wazoo, but our immune systems, we deal with it normally. It's just you have those situations where people are immunocompromised, and God has right. When you're immunocompromised, any normal shit will just kill you, but a normal person can deal with all sorts of viruses because we have good immune systems.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Alan's talking about immunocompromise, and we should have compromised on amino. I had no idea what the fuck you were saying, man.
Wow, that was a decent segue. If you would have done it right, not just gave up halfway through.
Yeah, no, wouldn't have.
I saw I saw him put his head in his hand, and I was like, okay, either he has a fucking itch that he's been trying to scratch all night, or he is face palming. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. But moving on though, and I would like to actually. No, because I know you're going to make a point, and I would love to talk about more zombies. Trust me. I'm like, holy shit, we're talking about zombies? Fucking finally. But we got to end off soon. With that said, though, how would you survive zombie apocalypse?
Oh, that's what I was going to actually say. I wasn't going to talk more about zombies. I was going to talk about my survival plan. Mine so far right now is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I live in the state of Denver, which is almost Montana from what Far Cry is. The difference is we're a central city and have a major airport, so the federal government's not going to get too crazy over here, plus NORAD. But there are a lot of militia groups out here that do practice survival techniques like the world ends, the currency fucking collapses, or, of course, good old zombie preppers. We have a lot of those in Colorado, especially with a lot of the ex-military. And honestly, I think Colorado will be fine because we are a major hub for the military. So I think I will just relax to see what's going on and see what I can do to make myself safe, because I wouldn't imagine there'll be too much chaos within Denver, seeing how we're such an important site for the military already. Hell, we run the nuclear websites with NORAD. Now, in the case of nuclear war, I'm fucked, y'all.
Of course. Absolutely. And honestly, man, like, Jet said in the chat, I'm going to read a couple of YouTube comments in the chat before I get to Ally, because the thing is, Jet's saying that she would definitely just shoot herself because she ain't going to run fucking forever. Ruthless is basically suicide by accident because he's saying he lives near a massive park, so he's going to be fine. No, watch Land of the Dead, you're fucked. So I don't know, man. But Allie, how would you? And you, I think you're probably the smartest out of all of us in this fucking call right now. Like, how would you survive?
She'd go to Sephora and
she about
stay
to
there.
give up.
Yeah, I might give up.
Maybe that's the smartest thing to do. I mean,
She'll go to Sephora and just stay there.
All right, in Allie's defense of suicide, and this is just to give you some credit points out of it, it's either that or get eaten, raped, or beaten down, or killed.
Exactly. So I just rather take myself out. Try
have
to do
you
it.
seen those big ass boots that she has?
If
Like, she'll
someone
just
could,
kill
like,
somebody by stomping on them.
If someone could just put me down like a dog.
Nah, man, just do
Very
what
pain-
just
painlessly.
Yeah. What you really
Allie, you don't want to be a warlord's, third or fourth wife?
Nah, because then I feel like in a zombie apocalypse, you just become a different person. You become more colder. You become more crueler. I don't really want to go through that. And then just the hardships. Also, I love my makeup. I love my hair products. Like, without that, I just don't know where I would be in life. So I would just take myself out.
Wow.
I think Allie would take herself out. She got back
Or
to
the other
16th
option,
century.
become Michonne. You get a cool sword, you get cool hair, and everyone likes you.
I think Allie's gonna point the gun at
Michonne's
herself.
cool, but I just don't think I'm cut out for that lifestyle.
I think that Allie's gonna pull the gun on herself and just be like, I mean, will it be that bad? And then she'll just stay alive.
Shut
That's
up.
all it's gonna.
Dang it.
That's all it's gonna take. I mean,
Hey, actually, Shark brings up a good point. Go to Alaska. I live in Canada. It is winter 8 months out of the year. Zombies ain't surviving. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Good
all
idea.
right. Not really, because they'll be more preserved and then they'll come out during the summer days.
Not how that
Whereas,
works,
honestly,
man.
if you want to be safe from a zombie apocalypse, you got to go south of the border, son. Like Florida, like Georgia, like those real swampy areas, kind of like where Walking Dead is. This is kind of what a lot of people have a problem with Walking Dead is a lot of those bodies would have already decomposed already. Just from
The
maggots
cold
and different
damages
instances.
more, though.
Not when it comes to
You
the
have to
flash.
deal with the snow first of all and the ice. So good luck
Yeah,
having.
but that's the thing. You're thinking of when it kills you as a human, but your body actually survives the extreme colds very fucking well. So the point is, at Mount Everest, we're still finding explorers from like the 1700s that you can see their faces perfectly,
Yeah,
and they're frozen.
But again, they're going to mostly either stay like that, or it's going to be a situation where they're going to have a tough time walking around. And any sort of virus does not survive well in cold. No, almost nothing survives well, so it would start killing off the virus anyway.
Yeah, but you're adding a little too much science to it, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's like, well, what the fuck are we talking about then?
Yeah, because he's bringing
Okay,
up like
let's do this shit like a prototype. I have super magic powers.
But like this thing, like he's bringing up like stuff that would have already have killed him under like 60 below degrees. We have to assume they're immune to somewhat cold, Alan.
No, we don't. Why? They're
Because
basically just humans. Zombies. Okay,
Because
zombies are
your body goes through rigor mortis very fucking easily, and our temperature drops very fast from our heart rates going away. So just from the natural death, your body would not be able to move. So the fact that they're able to move while dead means they're generating some heat.
and the cold would kill them.
But here's the thing.
But it also shows they're immune to the cold, so I don't know how the fuck we can explain this one.
Okay, how about instead, fucking whatever happens at the end of that with the zombies dying, it's just germs from fucking War for the World, or whatever the fuck, War of the World.
Makes less sense because they're viruses. No, it's gonna
I'm
end
trying
like
to just say the dumbest thing so we can all agree that I'm stupid and we can move on.
Okay, but let's move on because Gaunt's is wrong.
Aw.
You're wrong, bitch.
Somebody's wrong. We don't know who it is. Jesus
Gotcha.
Christ.
Ow.
But our biggest question of the night, this is from Ruthless. People, don't get mad at me.
Is it from?
Nuggets. Or
Oh,
tenders?
I've read that totally different.
What the?
Wait,
I don't know what a
how'd you-
tender
how'd
is.
how did you see it?
I guess.
I thought he said nugs, and I was like, man, I do love nugs over tender. Give me some dank nugs any day.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what a tender is, so.
Wait, what? You don't know what chicken tender is? Yo, Allie, you gotta take it to Olive Garden.
Oh, that'd be nice.
This motherfucker eats KFC. How the fuck do you not know what a tender is?
Well, I probably don't know it by name.
What the fuck do you know it
Chicken
by?
strips. Chicken
By
strips,
sight,
Alan.
motherfucker. I'm sure if I
Alan,
saw it.
Alan, calm down, Alan. Put a minute. Calm your feathers. Calm your feathers. Look at me. Look at me, Perman. Look at me.
I
Look at
have
me.
other
Listen.
senses, motherfucker.
Alan. Chicken strips. Do you know what chicken strips are?
Yes.
Those are chicken tenders.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're as tender as your ass right now. But here's the thing.
Jesus Christ.
These are chicken tenders. And Ruth is saying either these or these.
You saved this question for the end?
Yeah, that's a.
We're having a scientific discussion about zombies. You're like, no, we gotta do some dumb shit. No,
that's a very good question, and it's serious as shit.
Not. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter as long as
we're gonna break this down scientifically like we did the zombie question. For me, I like Chick-fil-A nuggets when it's the breakfast menu. Off, I think they're called chicken minis, and basically it's their nuggets, but they deep fry them a lot longer, so they're more crunchy. And you get them wrapped around in like the soft biscuit, and it's the fucking best breakfast ever. As well as they do a bigger version for the sandwich size. Those are badass, but when it comes to nuggets, it's only really McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. Now, when it comes to chicken tenders, I like myself some whole style shit, either from Cracker Barrel, or I'll either get it from that's my go-to at certain restaurants that I don't know how the fuck they cook their food, because they gotta cook chicken right. If not, they're gonna kill me. And I'm
man, y'all just thinking too much into this, man. Barbecue sauce. Just give me barbecue sauce. I don't care what the fuck it is.
Allie, tenders or nuggets?
Chicken tenders.
See, and you know what I'm gonna choose right now? I'm gonna choose New York pizza.
How would you know you never had it?
It's like he's never had nuggets or chicken tenders.
Yeah, I never had either. So this is what I'm gonna choose: potatoes. Potatoes are delicious.
How Rufus says boneless nuggets, boneless wings are nuggets. Yeah, they are. They are. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah, I like you said nuggest. I don't know what that is, but I know it's wrong.
The best one is the nuggest.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and there's the asterisk. Take this
out.
I'll start using that in my dispensary job. I'm gonna tell the people that work counter, hey man, if they ask for what the best weed, just be like, yo, this is the nuggets.
And then they'll just leave. Or they'll like it because they're potheads and they're in fun.
They'll giggle and they'll buy it.
No, but they'll giggle. What the fuck? No one above the age of 25 giggles, Ganja. Jesus Christ. They'll
if you're
giggle.
a woman.
Have you read subtitles?
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I feel so stupid that I was so wrong with that. But, Ganja Guru, I wish I would have ended the show earlier when Alan was able to play me out accidentally, but I guess we'll just do it the normal way of Amino! Oh my goodness. Amino, we got all these questions that we just described right now are just answered from Amino. So if you guys have any more questions, put those up there. We don't give a fuck how dumb it is or how weird it is. Ruthless with that weird-ass question about the damn nuggets and the tenders. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying it now. That was a weird-ass question. But I like that weird question. I really do. I like the silly stuff.
You like some weird tenders.
Yeah, exactly. They're the nuggest.
Ending the show with random questions about food. This is the third one in a row.
I'm just saying, though, that orange is definitely an orange and not a fucking tangerine, Alan. But on top of this, too, for more arguments like how we had earlier, you can actually see Alan bitch about everything during the Midnight Chat Attack's Facebook page when they do the Untitled Games Show. Mr. Ganja Guru, why don't you tell these folks what you guys do and what you guys are planning to do later on this week?
We're actually playing Far Cry this Friday at 7:30 CST time on the Facebook page for the Untitled Video Game Show. Like my friend Nick Diaz here set up ready for you guys. Come check me and Alan. Try to play some co-op. Try not to kill each other. And Alan, I swear to God, we're going to do one playthrough stealthy. You're going to try to fucking do
Not going to happen.
We're military style, Alan. Goddamn, you don't run.
Yeah, and I learned from the
dick out. Use it as a trigger finger.
Get shot. I learned from D-Day. Just run in there hoping I get shot.
That is not the right way to handle situations.
Y'all won World War II.
We learned from that.
And
did you?
As these two are trying to attack each other, there's only one thing left to say, Mr. Ganja Guru. What is that, man? What is that?
3, 2, 1, attack! Call me baby. So here's my cell phone. So call me baby.
Oh, we forgot to talk about that. We'll see you guys on Saturday.
we have another show.
Alan, the show is the best.